Ancient DNA reveals the secrets of an empire that pushes China to build its Great Wall. CNN. A nomadic empire dominated the Asian steppe for 3 centuries from 200 BC, trading goods on the Silk Road, building elaborate tombs that for each death, and conquering distant lands on horseback. Known as Xingnu, the empire saw conflict with the great rival Imperial China that resulted in the construction of the Great Wall, part of which still stand today. However, with no written records save for those produced by Chinese chroniclers that who regarded the Xingnu as barbarians, the empire and its people have long remained in the shadows of history. Now, ancient DNA evidence combined with the fruits of recent archaeological digs is spilling the secrets of one of the era's most powerful political forces. The evacuation excavation of the Xingnu elite tombs 64 contains the high status aristocratic woman at the site of the cemetery at Takilitin Kotgor in Mongolia's Altai Mountains. The international team of scientists have completed the genetic investigation of two cemeteries along the western frontiers of the Xingnu Empire in what's now Mongolia. An aristocratic elite cemetery at Taki, Takiltin Kotgor and the local elite cemetery at Sumbuzin Belchir. The scientists sequenced the genomes of the 70 individuals buried in the two cemeteries and found an extremely high level of genetic diversity, making it likely that the empire was multi-ethnic, multicultural, and multilingual, according to the new study published Friday in the journal Science Advances. The genetic diversity was found within individual communities, suggesting that the empire wasn't just a patchwork of homologous groups united by the common cause. We now have a better idea of how the Xingnu expanded their empire by incorporating disparate groups and leveraging marriage and kinship into empire building, said senior author Chung Wan Chong, an associate professor of biological sciences at Seoul National University in the news release. Golden icons of the sun and moon, symbols of the Xingnu, decorate a coffin found in Elite Tomb 64 at the Takiltin Kotugor site. Of the individual graves studies, the ones with the highest status belonged to women, suggesting that they played a particularly powerful role in Xinnu society. Elaborate coffins featured the golden sun and moon emblems that were Xinnu symbols of power. One tomb contained the remains of 6 horses and a shallot. These elite women possessed the materials not only for displaying their status, for example, belts and necklaces, but also for enacting power, such as prestigious wares for hosting political, politicalized feasts, said Brian Miller, project archaeologist for the study and assistant professor of Central Asian art and archaeologist at the University of Michigan. They were highly venerated with ample offerings from all those who attended their funerals, demonstrating their continued social importance within their communities throughout their lives, he said via emails. The study also revealed the information about the lives of Xinnu children. Adolescents, boys like men, were buried with bows and arrows. Boys younger than 11 were not. Children received differential mortuary treatment depending upon age and sex, giving clues to the ages at which gender and status were ascribed in Xinyu society, said study senior author Christina Warina, associate professor of anthropology at Harvard University and group leader at the Max Planck Institute for Environmental Evolutionary Anthropology in a statement. Ursula Brusd, prehistoric archaeologist at the University of Bonn, said the research provided the deeper insight into the social fabric and society of the Xinyu using genetics as the tool. I'm excited to see more studies of this kind in the future, said Broseder, who was not involved in the latest study, since I was one of the people who pointed out that mature women were buried with the most prestigious items. I'm excited to see that genetics co- corroborate this view. Prost added that the Xinyu had often been misunderstood because most of the information about the regime and others that originated on the Eurasian steppe comes from texts from Imperial China and ancient Greece, where largely nomadic herders were viewed as imperial. Potent legacy. The Xinyu left a powerful legacy that inspired the later nomadic regimes that originated on the Eurasian steppes, such as the Mongols and Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, Miller said. Xinyu was the name of the dynasty, not a people per se, but that dynastic regime greatly impacted the peoples within its realms and left a powerful legacy in Russia, he said via email. Many subsequent groups appropriated the potent name of Xinyu or Hun as they established their own regimes, leading to the perpetuation of so-called Hunnic entities, even as far as that of Attila and the Huns at the edge of Europe centuries after the demise of the Xinyu in Inner Asia. And it was this potent legacy that the Mongols took up when they created their own empire many more centuries later.